It was summertime on the island of Sodor. All the engines were very busy. They carried freight and passengers up and down the lines. The Fat Controller came to see Emily. "I am opening up some new routes for the summer," he announced. "Emily, you will pull the flour mill special." "Thank you, sir," said Emily. She was pleased. Emily stopped to fill up with water on the way to the flour mill, but James was already there. "The Fat Controller has given me the flour mill special," said Emily. "You're lucky," James huffed. "I have to do the Blacklock run." "Why don't you like going to Blacklock?" asked Emily. "There are boulders all over the tracks," he moaned. "They bash your buffers and scratch your paint. And there's the Blacklock monster." "What's the Blacklock monster?" "Nobody knows," said James. "Black figures move in the water, then disappear." And he puffed away. Emily was pleased she didn't have to go to Blacklock. At the flour mill, the flour had been loaded into the trucks. Emily was coupled up. Then she puffed across the countryside to Knapford Station. But the troublesome trucks saw a chance for mischief. "Hold back, hold back!" they screeched. Emily pulled as hard as she could, but the trucks made her go very slowly. Emily was late delivering the flour, so there would be no fresh bread that day. The Fat Controller was cross. "This means I won't have any toast or crumpets for breakfast. If you are late again, you will have to do the Blacklock run instead of James." Emily didn't want to have her buffers bashed by boulders, and she didn't want to see the Blacklock monster. "I must get the flour to the station on time," Emily puffed. The next morning, the trucks tricked her again. Off we go, they chuckled, but they weren't coupled up properly. Mustn't be late, they giggled. So Emily puffed quickly away. But only half of the trucks went with her. Emily arrived at the station. "But you've only brought half of the flour," the station master cried. So Emily had to go back for the rest of the trucks. "Oh no," Emily cried. "I don't want to get the Blacklock run." When Emily arrived at the mill, the trucks were more troublesome than ever. "Emily the late engine, Emily the late engine," they sang. This made Emily very cross, and she biffed them very hard. "Oh no," they cried, and splashed into the duck pond. Emily was covered in a floury mess. That evening, the Fat Controller came to see Emily. "Emily, you have caused confusion and delay," the Fat Controller said. "Now you are to take over the Blacklock run." Emily was very unhappy. "Wait until you've tried it," Thomas puffed. "The Blacklock run might be nice." "I don't think so," Emily moaned. "Bash buffers and a big monster sounds miserable to me." The next morning, Emily puffed sadly to the station. Lots of excited children and holidaymakers climbed on board. "They're all looking forward to their holidays," she thought. "I mustn't let them down." Soon Emily was steaming up hills and through valleys. "I bet it won't last," she said to herself. Emily reached the murky waters of Blacklock. "That's where the monster's supposed to be," she puffed nervously. Then there was trouble. Rocks fell and blocked the line. Emily had to wait for help. "I knew I wouldn't like this route," she huffed. Suddenly she saw something dark and mysterious moving in the water. "And now the monster's coming," Emily gasped. Emily was scared. Her boiler quivered and her valves rattled. She wanted to steam away. "I never want to see Blacklock again," she cried. But Emily thought of the children in the carriages behind her. She was determined to get them to the holiday, whatever it took. At last the water settled, and Emily saw what the monster really was. "It's a family of seals!" Emily was delighted. The children were delighted too. Soon the line was cleared. Emily steamed on through the countryside. The children would reach their holiday on time. That evening, Thomas and Emily both stopped to watch the seals. "You were right," said Emily. "Blacklock is a nice route after all."